Seeing you interact with other streamers is really fun. Any chance of that happening in the future? Listen, I've actually said this and I'll reiterate it, okay? I am open to doing collabs with other streamers, okay? As long as the topic or the subject or the appearance is about having fun, being cool with each other. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be a topic that I have something to add to or something like that. Then I'm okay with it. But the last thing that I want to do is be involved with drama. And it seems like almost every single time anyone wants involvement with me, it's for drama purposes, right? They want to talk about something from my past that's dramatic that has nothing to do with today anymore. Or something that, bring up the dead horse that we've beaten 20, 30 times and I don't want to talk about anymore in my content, right? Some bullshit. Why doesn't anyone ask me about the history of YouTube and being a YouTuber for 17 years? Why doesn't anyone ask me about the history of the Street Fighter community and what it was like growing up in grassroots Street Fighter, traveling to tournaments, organizing them, playing in them, and all of that? Why doesn't anyone ask me about anything that I have something to add to? Instead, it's, hey, what about mobile games? What about 15 years ago? When you said this particular insulting racial thing on stream, right? Or you want to ask me insulting personal things about people that have nothing to do with my content, like my family members and shit. No. Okay? The only reason people usually ask me into their content is because they want to put me behind a shooting line and just take pot shots at me for drama and have me try to defend myself. No. There's nothing to defend. I've done nothing. I literally have explained and answered everything you ever wanted to know. There's nothing else you need to know. Everything is good. Okay? That's why, if you notice, staying out of the drama has allowed me to have a lot of fun this year. This year, I got out of all of the drama, right? I completely removed myself from the dramatic equation. On purpose, it was my choice to do so. They wanted me in that drama. Man, they were upset. They were so upset when I pulled myself out of said drama. They were very upset with me, okay? But I got out of the drama. I said, no, I'm out. I'm done now, okay? I have nothing to do with it. And what's happened? Great streams. Great fun, awesome support. Everything's good. I have nothing to complain about. Honestly, things are good right now. So why in the holy hell would I want to now say, hey, want to appear on this show and it's going to be all about drama? No, stupid. I don't. Don't you get it? For me, it's different. There's a lot of people out there on the internet. The only way that they can get any kind of attention or support from anyone is to cause drama. I'm actually the opposite. You understand? The more that I stay away from it and I focus on gaming and positivity and fun variety with my audience, that's when I thrive. That's when I get people who come by and support. Why would I want to involve myself with drama, right? The truth is, I got out of the rut I was in last year. I was stuck in this rut. I got out of it. I'm good now. I got a brand new setup. I got awesome support from both 2 different streaming services. I got people watching and supporting every single day. People are asking, when are you going to play this game? When are you going to do this? When are you going to do this? They want me to do a million things at once. I'm in demand to do these things, right? So I'm happy. Why then do I say, well, let's get out of that success and go back to drama? So that way I'll piss off my regular viewers who support me. I'll just create more nonsense, toxic things about me on the internet. No. And you know what it is this year? Do you want to know why my detractors are angry? Because I'm not giving them much anymore. Did you notice that? In my previous life, I would have told you everything going on in my life. I would have told you all about why I had to be away from streams for a week. I would have told you about everything going on with my wife and my personal life. You know what I mean? I would have documented it all. Now, there's really nothing to talk about. They are grasping at straws because it's boring. The stuff that they're trying to do to make drama, I'm not a drama guy. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing to work with. They have to literally make shit up. And idiots bringing up certain detractors. Yes. Now tell me, out of all the things that those detractors you're bringing up say, how much of it is true and how much of it is gross over-exaggeration, purposefully taking things out of context, completely extrapolating on shit to say that it's something that it's not? Probably 80%. Maybe, arguably, I make a mistake here or there. I say something stupid. I play something. I rage at a certain person in the chat that pissed me off. It's not every day. It's almost never, ever happening anymore. So because of that, they have to make shit up constantly. So I pay no attention to any of it. I'm not kidding you. I've paid no attention to anything that these idiots have said or done in many, many months. It's only when you guys come to my chat that I even am aware of any of that stuff, okay? So here's the truth. If someone said right to me, reached out to me right now and said, hey, Phil, we're being interested in having you on our show because we're going to be talking about the history of YouTube. And right now, some interesting stuff is going on with YouTube in regards to ad revenue changes, right? These videos now, they're not counting views anymore for videos that are on ad block. And being that you've been in the business for 17 years, you probably have a lot of data. You probably have a lot of interesting things you could talk about. Can you come on the show and be part of a panel? We'll talk all about this topic. Sure. Hey, Phil, we're covering the old days of Street Fighter. We like to talk about grassroots Street Fighter, what it was like to be in arcades back in the day, the big four games, your history as a competitive player, and your involvement with the FGC as a tournament organizer, what it was like back then. Hey, we want the dirt on the early days of competitive Street Fighter. What was it like to be going to the early Evos and things like that? And all that. I have a wealth of knowledge. No one asks for that. It's always toxic shit. Can we talk about this dirty laundry from 10 years ago? What about this comment that you made on a stream out of context from 4 weeks ago that sounds horrible when it's out of context? What about this thing about your wife? No, fuck you. I just have no interest in you. Zero. So that's what I mean. If anyone wants to talk to me intelligently, I'm always available. But who wants to? Have you heard anyone? And the truth is, and I said this recently, I'll reiterate this, okay? I have reached out. In the last year, I reached out to several different parties who I thought I would be interested in working with, whether it was gameplay, whether it was being on a show or a podcast for a panel discussion about many different topics. You'd be shocked at some of the interesting topics that I thought I could add to, okay? Admittedly, sometimes you don't get any response at all. You're like, okay, they think that I'm nobody. They don't give a shit, right? But you'd actually be surprised at the amount of people who did respond. And the response that I got every time was, oh, you're serious? Because, wow, that would be an interesting piece of content, but you have to understand, dude, you are one of the most stalked people on the internet. If we do a show with you, that now means we can expect that our show, our entire cast, all the staff involved, everyone on our Discord, and everyone will be now harassed by your detractors and doxxed on Kiwi Farms. It's just like a given. Anyone who involves themselves with you get harassed, stalked, and doxxed. And we can't have that. Like, our content has to be safe for our viewers, for ourselves. We can't have our family members involved. We don't want to be involved with that. So it's not me. It's not, oh, wow, that would be a good piece of content to involve you in it. But it's not you. It's all that vortex around you. That's what's bothering us. And we don't want to have a piece of that vortex. We don't want to be a piece of it at all. We want to stay away from the vortex. To which I'm like, well, I don't know what to say. I can't make the vortex go away. And this is also when people say you have to cultivate a positive community around your content. I would love to. But the problem is whenever a newcomer comes to my content and they start watching and engaging and supporting, all my trolls contact them and say, why are you supporting DSP? Why are you saying positive things about him? And then they go to their Twitter, and then they go to their Blue Sky account, and they go to their Facebook, and they go to their TikTok, and they go to their Instagram, and they go to their YouTube channel, and they go to their Twitch channel, and they harass the fuck out of them. So they're like, I don't want nothing to do with that. Damn, I didn't know it was so serious. Watching DSP and trying to be a positive part of his community now means that I need to be harassed full-time on the internet. And then they leave. You cannot cultivate a positive community when you're surrounded by a cloud of toxic losers. And there's nothing I can do. I've given up trying to get rid of them. They're never going to listen. They're never going to listen. So I just go on my merry way doing what I can. And sadly, I guess collaborations are not going to happen. I've waited for people to reach out and say, hey, would you do this with us? Would you work with us? It never works out. In the end, they just find out, oh God, we're going to get harassed again. We're going to end up on fucking Kiwi Farm. So forget it. Okay. I received a $5 tip. Let's see. He says, humility is a fantastic quality. Do you have that to admit that you have a dream job? I'm asking as a fan who has to wake up from 6 a.m. and work a hard job till 6 p.m. daily to make ends meet. I'm no hater. Of course I have a dream job. Are you kidding me? 1,000,000%. This is my dream job. To be able to be the master of my own destiny because I make the rules. I decide what goes. Hold on, I'm going to play your animation. Right? I'm the one behind the wheel. I'm the captain of the ship. No one here to bitch at me to tell me I'm doing it wrong. Oh, you got to do a commute. You got to go to this meeting. You got to do all this fucking bullshit. I've been there. Dude, I've been there. I worked fast food. I worked retail. I worked an office job, multiple office jobs, to be honest. I've been through all that shit, and I know how bad that grind can be. Not only is it physically stressful and annoying because now you have the schedule you have to adhere to and the long hours and the commuting and all that shit, but then the mental take, which no one talks about. The mental take that you work your ass off day in, day out, and do you ever feel like you're appreciated? Do you ever feel like actually someone at that company you're working for cares about what you say or do or anything? Or are you just a number on a freaking spreadsheet, and the moment that it benefits that company more, they just cut you, right? Or they reduce your hours, or they take down your pay or your benefits or your bonus or whatever it may be. Who cares? You're just an asset. Cut the asset, right? That's what it's like. I know. I've been there, and I'm sorry that that's what it's like for most people when they work. I know how insanely lucky I am to be living the dream. And I'm incredibly grateful. I say it every day. I'm incredibly grateful to all of you who have made this dream happen, who have allowed me to do what I love truly for a living, to be here, to hang out, to enjoy games, to have fun. Look at this stream tonight. All we're doing is hanging out and talking, having a good time. And I'm being successful right now. Right now, this very moment. Thank you. That's a dream job, man, for sure. Okay. Let's see here. If a Cowboy fan tipped a buck and says, wondered if I would want to collab in the future, it all depends on what you're talking about. Depends on what kind of content. It depends on